Hi everyone, welcome to today's segment of Preferred TV. I'm Heidi with Preferred Compliance Solutions, and today we will be presenting Preferred's compliance best practice for verifying a hire date with an employer. Hire date, start date, first date of employment. Why is this date so important? There are two main reasons as to why a hire date will need to be documented. The first is an accurate year-to-date calculation. If an applicant presents pay stubs for current calendar year and the applicant was hired in that same calendar year, using a correct hire date instead of January 1st can drastically alter that year-to-date calculation. The second time that an accurate hire date is necessary is for a household that has changed employers or was unemployed at the time of move-in and has recently started working. It's really important for us to document the file carefully to show that the income change did in fact take place after the move-in date. Now, as always, we like to talk about good, better, and best practice, so let's talk about how to properly document the hire date using good, better, and best. The best practice when documenting a hire date is to verify it directly with the employer. Now, what does that mean exactly? Simply ask the employer to put the hire date in writing on an employment verification or other similar document. Now, what if the employer refuses to put it in writing? Please document your efforts to verify the hire date with the employer and then move on to better practice. This would be to ask the applicant to provide a screenshot from work with their hire date listed or provide an employee ID that shows their hire date. Another option, if the applicant has been working for the employer for the entire calendar year, is to have the applicant provide the first pay stub from January of this current year. This shows us that yes, the applicant has in fact been employed all year long, and we are accurate in using January 1st as the start date for our year-to-date calculation. Lastly, let's talk about good options. What if the applicant was hired sometime during the calendar year and our better and best options are not available? The first step can be provided along with a self-affidavit from the applicant that lists the exact hire date. Why do we need the self-affidavit as well? If the first stub is provided and the example has a date range of April 3rd to April 17th, we cannot assume that the hire date was in fact the same day as the pay period start date of April 3rd. The applicant could have been hired on April 15th in the middle of that pay period, which will alter the year-to-date calculation dramatically, and we really don't want that. At this point, you might be thinking, why is it so important for me to ensure that the hire date is properly documented? Can't I just clarify it to the file? The best way to protect yourself at the time of an audit is to place the burden of proof on the documentation in the file rather than on yourself. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and register to receive a copy of our free newsletter, The Compass, in order to stay up to date on all of the industry's latest news. All of these links will be in the description box below to make it easier for all of you to find. At Preferred Compliance Solutions, we believe that there's a good way, a better way, and the best way to ensure compliance. Stay tuned for our future videos to make sure that your practice is the best practice.